Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is having a wonderful start to their Wednesday. I myself am doing fine. I took a nap. Just got up a little while ago. Drinking some coffee. So I am excited about that. Appreciate everyone being here today and checking out the video. I hope my internet connection keeps maintaining proper speed like it has been. Maybe we'll get somebody to pop in here soon. Scott, haven't seen you during the week, so good morning, sir. If you're somehow listening or watching from work. So I guess I'll get into it. So during the night, I carried a new knife that I got yesterday, which is the KB Knives Pioneer. Such an awesome knife. I'm loving everything about it. There's only one thing that I would change on it. So that is pretty close to being a perfect knife. And that is the jimping on the back by the thumb ramp is not nearly as aggressive as it should be. It's very slick. No matter how hard you press your finger down, you still keep sliding. Your finger doesn't stop. So that's something that I could fix if I had a proper file. Other than that, it's pretty much perfect. The action on it is second to none. It feels like it's running on skiffs, even though it's not. It closes so perfectly. You don't have to do anything to it. Just drop the blade and it does all the rest. So yeah, what a great knife. I love the milling pattern on it. I love the blade shape on it. I love lots of things about it. The only branding on the entire knife is that little star on this side. There is no branding on the show side. There are no screws on the show side. On the clip side, there's only a little star up there in the corner of the blade. And that is it. And like I said, the action on it is superb. Just get the blade going and it just drops. So anyway, I got that one yesterday, so I carried it most of the night. And then another knife that I received yesterday. Oh yeah, so this one, I was able to order some washers that will be delivered today for this knife to fix the spacing down here with one washer on each side instead of two. And it should fix the unparalleledness of the scales, and the detent is a little bad because of that unparalleledness. It's not bad, but it's not as good as it will be once these are a little bit closer together. So that's cool. I can't wait to get those bearings in today. Washers in today. And then I've put an edge on the Vosti during the night. I put a nice mirror polished edge. I don't know that you can see it in the light there, but it is very sharp now. I put a 17-degree edge on it. So that is cool. What is going on this morning with the views? Everybody's sleeping in today, I guess. I don't know. Doesn't matter. This is another knife that I got in yesterday. This is the Lion Steel in a nice wooden little box. And it came with a cool, probably the coolest tool accessory that I've seen coming with knives. And that is a little keychain that has a T6 and a T8. Good morning, JD. A T6 and a T8 bit on it. So that is a super cool little addition. And then I thought that it came with extra hardware, but I was unable to retrieve said extra hardware in these little holes here. So I believe this is a place that if you take off the flipper tab or the thumb stud, that you can store that so you don't lose it. But this is the little Lion Steel TRE, and it does have a removable flipper tab and a removable thumb stud. So like I said, I think that's where you put those things. What? Good morning, Jeannie. But this Lion Steel is super cool. The fact that it came in this little wooden box is super cool. It is a smaller size knife, although I can get 4 fingers on it if I really scrunch them up, but it really wants to be 3.5. The milling on this knife is exceptional. Pocket clip is good. The back spacer is super cool. Milled back spacer. So that's a cool knife. The action on it is great too. Reverse flick is a little hard to get a hold of that thumb stud. The way it's shaped, you have to really want to do it. I guess, like I said, lots of times after you carry a knife for a little while, you learn how to work it better. But by default, it kind of slips off a few times. But that's a super cool knife. And like I said, that tool that came with it, little keychain with the T6 and T8, is super cool. I tried to get these out thinking they were pieces of hardware, but like I said, I believe it's somewhere to keep the thumb stud and the flipper tab when you remove them so that you won't lose them. And let's see. What else is going on this morning? My favorite, though, by far, as of late, are these two, the Pioneer and this Tacom. They've turned out to be two great knives. This one is probably the prettiest as of late. But like I said, it's not a matter of if, but when this mechanism is going to fail, how it's built. And then this one is growing on me. The action, this one's very fun to play with, and it's got very strong detent. Like, I don't know how the detent is this strong when I pull on the blade, but yet when I flip the flipper tab, I don't feel that same. There's a kind of a, when it finally breaks loose, there's a, I guess it's pushing the button down. I don't know. Something about it feels a little gritty, but when you use the flipper tab, it opens right up. I guess it's because you're having to overcome that detent to get it open. But yeah, I do like this concept I got. And then I thought I would today sometime maybe tune these with a little more detent using those pins inside. This one has proper detent, but this one needs just a little more. So we might do that later on. But I also love the size of this Vosteed. For everyday, for EDC, this rotatable clip on this and how thin the sheath is. As you can see, it is super thin. I think this might be my first fixed blade that I try to EDC for a little while. It sits very comfortably on my waist. I did carry it for a little while yesterday, so I might try that one out. And then our buddy Keep It Scale Stupid bought one of these. He said it's a little smaller than he likes, and I guess he's talking about blade size because the handles are plenty big. I can get 4 fingers on it behind without even using this forward choil, but once you use that forward choil, it becomes very comfortable. So hopefully he's liking it better and learning how to use a front flipper. This is a great one to practice on if you haven't used a front flipper. And this is the Cochise from Azusa Blade Works. Y'all have heard me talk about it before. Good morning, Yeager EDC. So yeah, what was I going to go to first? Oh yeah, I was going to hop over and show a few pocket checks on the Discord really quick. So yesterday, TC did a ano on his Cortex XL, the new version, and it turned out like this. That took him a little bit of time. I'm not exactly sure what process he did, whether he used nail polish or taped them off and then used like a cotton swab or a sponge. There's numerous ways you could have gone about it. Maybe he'll pop in here in a minute and tell us how he achieved that. Morning, John. But that was super cool. And then Mr. Ed showed a TS-81 that he carried to work last night, along with one of his more simple lanyards that I've seen on his knives, or Edyard, should I say. But we love our two sons. He has the G10 version as well as titanium version. And then Nick T posted 2 of his Wharncliffes, and with a caption of how baby Wharncliffes are made. Let's see. I posted a few video. Oh yeah, here's an action shot of that knife showing how perfect the action is. That Kubi Pioneer. Once you get it past the lock, it just drops perfect. You can't beat action like that with a stick. I appreciate knives that are tuned perfectly like that from the factory. Anyway, Buckaroo Bonsai, or my buddy from Reddit, posted this. His TRM, Adam, I believe. And then I commented about how I was not impressed with the action of the TRM booths. Knives at their booth at Blade Show. I went straight for the Adam because I thought I would love that knife and it would be one that I would enjoy. And I picked up the titanium one and I opened it and I had to shake it to death to get it to close. So then I reached over, I gave it the benefit of the doubt, reached over and grabbed the G10 version. Same thing, had to shake it to death. So then I grabbed the third one. Same thing, had to shake it to death. So I don't know what's up with that. You can see the edge I put on the Vosteed right here. I shot a little video that shows the light hitting the edge. But I love a good mirror polished edge on a knife. Looks like a laser beam is hitting the blade all the way down. So that's cool. So I guess that about does it for the Discord. Oh you did a catch and release. Was it the action on it that you didn't like, or the shape, or what? Let's see. I want to go over to the Firefox now. So I guess we'll go look at some videos from Blade Show. Here's every new knife at Blade Show, part 1 from Blade HQ. Thought we'd watch a little bit of this, then maybe move on to someone else.
We are at Blade Show Atlanta 2025, and we're trying to see as many knife booths as possible. This is video 1 of 2. Let's go see some knives. Here we are in TCAL with the most huggable man in the knife industry, Tomas Alas.
Hello, and he gives me a handshake.
Yeah. Hey, you got a cool knife this time, yeah?
Yes, sir, we do. We have the TCAL Agent 007 Tac-Tap Tonto collab with Tim Cal.
Oh,
We're going to do a little trick on camera, too, because it's so well balanced here in the hands. Your turn.
I like the Melissa Backwoods TCAL. Super cool.
Maybe not over the knives. Got it.
Oh! George for the win. You've been practicing, huh?
With a pen, but a knife's the same. Here at the Vero Engineering booth, we've got this guy. This is the new Shift, a titanium handle with G10 inlays and a replaceable M390 blade, a super classy EDC fixed blade, and a Kydex sheath with Vero's incredible clip. This is an amazing pocket carry, and I totally want one. We're at the Buck booth, and I found CJ Buck, the man, the myth, the legend.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, hey, tell me about the new range.
It's a crossbar locking mechanism, one-hand operation, magnet cut steel, aluminum frame, works very smooth.
Oh boy. Oh, that is like glassy smooth. How do you do that?
I love it. For an EDC, holds an edge, resists corrosion, easy to deploy, lightweight in your pocket, checks all the boxes.
It's great, and this one was like a show special. We got the aluminum handle with the engraving, and then looks like you signed this one too.
So
morning, Pete. Morning, Sever 7.
For the weekend, and then I'm donating it to our collectors club to auction off.
Well, awesome.
So it's my personal carry for the weekend.
It's great. Well, thanks for sharing, CJ. We're here at the Tactile booth, and we have a couple of awesome new knives. This is the new Rockwall. It's 12% larger than the old one.
Yeah, I like the Rockwall.
Titanium handle with the most amazing tactile feeling, as Tactile Knife Company is known for. It comes in a few different flavors. You got this guy, then there's the more bead blasted, if you will, and my personal favorite, blacked out. Lots of fun. We also have this guy. This is the new Red Hawk Taylor Martin design, and nice leather sheath with a pocket clip if you want to go pocket or belt carry. And we're
Pete, what do you think of that?
Coming to Blade HQ one day.
What do you think of that little
belt
fixed blade?
And also have this guy. This is the new Red Hawk Taylor.
I know you said that you don't see the use in a fixed blade like Warncliffe, or sheep's foot, but that's a pretty nice looking knife. You'd have to admit.
Martin design.
I even like that one.
Nice leather sheath with a pocket clip if you want to go pocket or belt carry. And rumor on the street is there might be an exclusive coming to Blade HQ one day, so keep an eye out for that. But these are a lot of cool knives from Tactile. I bumped into Ed Calderon, the man, the myth, the legend. Hey, tell me about the Elvia.
Flower knife originally, a design from my mother, and now it's something that a lot of people like to grapple with, I guess.
All right. Probably works pretty well for that.
I mean, midsection up, go upwards, midsection up, go downwards. That's kind of like the reasoning behind that handle. Edge in always.
Edge in always. So, for those of you who don't know, Ed is one of the primo edged combat experts in the world, and this is an awesome knife named after his awesome mother. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
We are here at the ProTech booth. Check this out. The TR3 Integrity has gone operator. So that means completely sterile, no logos or anything, black anodized aluminum, DLC black S35VN, and a glow rhino tritium insert in the butt. This is the most tactical of the tactical knives out there, and it's got that buttery smooth button lock action we know from ProTech. This thing's amazing. Here we are at the Stroop Knives booth. This is the
he's running through some knives,
dagger, which is a civilian version of this, the Green Beret dagger, issued to all Green Berets
who
graduate
cool with me.
with their Green Berets. Really cool knives, veteran owned, veteran made, and for active duty military. Super cool. Thank you, Stroop. We're at the Titanium booth, and check this out. We've got the Arcade Light. These are $80 right now during introductory pricing. It'll go up to $100, so buy these sooner. OS 10A blade, and retro video game inspired handle scales. Very fun. But my favorite is the Arcade Pro. Full titanium handle, no liners here. Fun with the shark lock, and an S90V Tanto blade. Really awesome. Definitely more of the higher end, if you will. We're at the SOG booth. Check this out. We have the Pentagon Elite as well as the Seal Commander. These are both brand new knives designed by Todd Begg, who you may know from the custom world. And they are CPM S35VN USA made with some of the finest handles in the business. They are awesome. You should check them out. Here at the case booth, we have the brand new Crossroads. This is really cool. It's kind of at the crossroads between modern and traditional. Let me tell you about it. It is a slip joint, like you know, because it has a very similar pattern to the Sodbuster Jr. We've got the XX. We have laminate handle scales in a bunch of different flavors, and a CPM S35VN blade. This thing is a legend in the making, and it's awesome. So this one's got this green wood. We've also got some burlap micarta, some other fun wood flavors, and one fancy to blade show is denim micarta. This one's my favorite. These are awesome. Check them out. We're at the Wii booth. We ran into Sam, Raven the Pirate. How you doing?
Good.
Good. How are you? Great. And
Yeah, we have some great knives.
So this is my first design. It's called the Ryzen. It's a titanium frame lock with a 3.3-inch M390 blade.
You went bougie with it.
Oh yeah. No, I wanted to have something a little low-key, easy to maintain.
Yeah, I really like the look at that one.
Easy to take apart, put
I did
back
pick
together.
that one
It's something
up.
that you're confident to put to work. So we went with washers. It's actually the first and so far only knife that we have ever made on washers.
Really? I guess they're a Bearings family.
Yeah, and I think they nailed the action. So it's very snappy when you open it, but you got that satisfying hydraulic feel when you close it. And it also gives the blade a little bit more stability, easier to clean, keeps the whole footprint a little thinner. That's beautiful.
Well, it's really great work.
Thank you so much.
And I'm excited to see it. Thanks, Sam.
Yeah, that was a cool
We
knife.
have the Halide. This one's really fun. It's got a very big backspacer, giving you great ergonomics, and a very piercy Wharncliffe EDC style blade. Made of Damascene steel, kind of fun. Next up, we have an EDC fixed blade, the Concept Flank. I hear flank,
There's the
and I just
flank.
think flank steak with this guy. Wants to cut some meat. And lastly, we have the Lichen with a nice slicey blade up here for getting through whatever it is you're slicing, but a good section of straight for those push cuts.
The
a great
Lichen
EDC knife, if you
was
ask
cool
me.
too.
Hey, this is Chuck Adritis. What is a Switch Army knife?
This is my Switch Army Switchblade. This is my production version of a Switch Army Switchblade, or it's a mid-tech. I am hand grinding all the blades, fitting the locks by hand, and hand tuning all of these. They have aluminum scales that have been anodized, either
Morning,
red,
Paul Mills.
black, or blue. It's a scale release, hidden mechanism. It also has the toothpick and the
Hope you're doing
tweezers.
well, sir.
Yeah, I gotta get the Swiss Army knife vibe in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Gonna stay true to the original.
Yeah, I
And
got to
you
get
just
me one of those flanks
swivel the
too.
top scale clockwise or to the right. If you push further up near the top,
Yeah, that flank is super nice. That's going to be a big seller for them, I can feel.
you have more mechanical advantage, making it easier to open and operate.
See, normally when I think of a Swiss Army knife, like, it's a two-hand open, slip joint, almost ceremonial thing to open one. But
Absolutely.
this Switchblade.
This is a little more modern materials, modern design, and I've kind of created my own niche with this particular model.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I've only seen customs of these, but these are here for real now, like in a production sense that whores like me can afford, so I'm pumped. This is Worksharp's new remix. We have a CPM 3V blade,
Yeah.
nice and thin and slicey.
That was
and
cool,
a
too.
Cast magnesium alloy handle, one of the lightest integrals you will ever feel. It also comes in an auto version that you have to modify yourself. This thing is sick. We're at the Microtech booth, and they've got a new line of kitchen knives. You never thought you'd hear the tactical beast of Microtech go kitchen, but here they are. M390 MK blades.
I did get
some
a
of the
chance
sharpest
to
I've ever
feel the
seen,
zero
titanium
blade
bolsters,
plate,
and
it
fun
didn't
different
wiggle
handle
at
scales.
all.
These are luxury kitchen pieces. And if you like to cook and you also like knives, I might
By the time I got to the Microtech booth, they were,
the world, Jack Wolf. What's new, Ben?
they were
We
already
are
sold
pleased to
out of pretty much
introduce Our
everything.
new Gateway Series. Gateway Series is the entry into the Jack Wolf brand, and the first offering is the Gateway Barlow. The Gateway and
All right,
Rosewood,
Pretty
We know about the Jack
in case
Wolves.
new
Mango. This is a collaborative effort between
That one's
tango,
nice.
because it takes two to tango. This is a collaborative effort between Jack Wolf Knives and Cerberus Knives. Cerberus. They're out of
That
Southern
tango is nice,
California.
slip joint.
Okay.
His name's Chris Ortiz. He's a
Maybe it's
awesome
nice.
designer who I'm pleased to call my friend. This is the beginning of a series called JWK, Jack Wolf Collab, Collaboration for the Culture. And we're going to be bringing in designs from other designers that are not typically what we present, and to try to reach customers who are into design.
So is that not a slip joint, I
we
guess?
usually have available.
Love the compound grind on this. This thing's amazing.
Thanks. Yeah,
Maybe-
first
maybe
time
it
doing a
is.
compound grind, first time doing a thumb stud. So a lot of firsts.
Here at the Riyadh booth, we've got this guy.
The Riyadh booth was
VK
awesome.
Anoop. It is beautiful. A nice EDC-friendly Warncliffe blade, titanium
Yeah, that's a
frame lock.
VK Knives.
We make some of the best of those in the world, and I will die on that hill. This thing is incredible. Next up, we also have the VK Tron. And this one has the most interesting pivot. You can see straight through it, and this is a double D10 knife. So it's not a slip joint, but it's non-locking. And if you want a little bit more retention up here, if you hit this thing just a little bit forward, now it's a bit stiffer. It's not truly locked, but a bit stiffer. Very nice indeed. And lastly, a Riyadh Classic made mini. We've got the Jack Jr. Aluminum integral with carbon fiber
Man,
ears, titanium
I gotta
black
get
core, and a titanium
Jack.
pocket clip. This is a
been
luxury
wanting a Riyadh
piece
Jack
for
for a
not
long
such a
time.
crazy price as well. Watch out for these at Blade HQ. Here at the Tops booth, we have the Abanico from legendary combat
The
knife
Tops
designer
booth
Bram
was
Frank.
huge and had
With
a
his
ton of
iconic
knives.
Hooking hump here. I don't know what Guy calls it, but this thing is a tactical beast. That's just a drop in the bucket of the knives
All
that we
right,
saw
so
here at Blade Show, and that's all the
Let's
ones.
let's go back and let's watch a little bit of Tri-States. Well, let's go over the Wii booth real quick. I'm gonna scan through this one a little quickly, and then we'll go check out what.
2025. So we're gonna check out something pretty crazy. I thought it was crazy at least. So that's the name of the knife right here, and this one kind of mind boggles me. So you got some fat carbon inlays, tie scales, and that. There's no pocket clip. I don't know if this is a proto, so maybe they will, but you see that going on back there? See that rod going through the back? Yeah, this thing's pretty nuts. So see this little section? You can either grab it where the jimping is or right in front of it, pull it back, that'll release it, and then, let's see if I can do it. Hold on. And then it'll pop it back out. It's pretty nuts. Still haven't got it down yet. Those wide scales feel like they'd be pretty comfortable.
Well, wonder if he shows that other.
But that thing is, I'm just gonna start showing these because I
Flux
can't see
sword.
it behind the camera. But that thing is a beauty. It's a nice large
Pete,
knife. It looks like this is
there's your next
Wii.
Wii.
Of no hardware or hidden hardware. This one is just on the opposite side. Very, very clean lines in my opinion. Look at that. Look at that milling. Yeah, I can't get over sometimes the machining work that Wii Knife Co pulls off, but they're just getting so good. Very minimal flipper tab right
It
there.
didn't look like.
However, it flips great.
It didn't look like that. That Collabo knife had a lock though. It looked like it was. It didn't lock out. I didn't see him have to press anything to unlock it. Let me see if I can bring up. Well, that didn't do it. Let's see. This W. Whoops. That didn't do it either. I closed everything. Blade Show Atlanta 2025. I do want to look at that Cerberus and Jack Wolf collab. The Tango. Okay. It is a frame lock. I just didn't pay attention and see him. I think it was covered and I didn't see it because it's inside the carbon fiber there. So that's what threw me off, I guess. But yeah, that's a cool looking knife. Especially that milled titanium plain one. Man, that thing is really nice. Super cool, super cool. I wonder what the price of that one is. Do we know the price of that one, Pete? See, Tango Jack Wolf. Search. Yes, the sunburst pattern one that I liked. It's $349.99. Doesn't look like you can add it to the cart, but it is there. It's got S90V. Whoops. Yeah, super cool knife. All right. Oh yeah, let's go look real quick at the. I want y'all to see a better video of the Serpico. Jonathan Styles' new one.
We got the Kaiser Knife booth, Blade Show 2025, Atlanta, Georgia. Checking out. We've already reviewed the Silver Wing on the channel. That was their first X Series knife. They got a new one here. This one's just crazy, especially if you like that blade.
You'll get to see the.
We got that one in the other day. This is what I'm excited about the most. It has that Monroe vibe. I have the Monroe sigil. That's what it kind of reminds me of. It's probably just a compound grind, but same person who did the
Microtech sigil.
Check out that internal milling and look at this backspacer. That is crazy. So let us know in the comments. They were asking, okay, they got two sizes, same knife. They got the smaller version and then they have the full size version. Which one would y'all want to see in production first? I'm guessing y'all would go with the larger one. I like them both. Yep. The smaller one, you know, you can choke all the way up if you want, and I still have handle left over, so it's not a small knife by any means. Like, for instance, this is a Kaiser Feist with a different blade shape. I just want to show you all the size. You know, it's not a small knife. The Feist, I would call it small knife, but it's not as small as the Feist. And I'm most excited about that one. You got a Bally right here. That's crazy looking. Is that tie scales?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Titanium handles, and then we do have some mill lines on the blade there.
Okay, that's sweet. That's pretty sick. I'm not a huge Bally guy, but I can appreciate them. Then we got 3 different blade shapes of the Feist.
Where's the Serp?
Why it's so great. Extra.
Where's the Serpico?
They do have preferred. I would sleep Feist or my first.
There's that Pioneer that we were wondering about.
I have the drop point, the premium version and the aluminum version, and I love it. And it's not even a blade shape I typically go for, but man, it's just, this is also in the X series, right? And I think it says X series on it.
Yeah, that's a nicer version.
Part of that line.
That one should be the X series.
You got excited about this is
here it is.
Got thwack to it. I love it. Okay,
right. So
this is the one I'm most excited about. This is a collab with Devo Knives, and this is the
I did see that one, Pete.
And if you're like me and you like the ting, this one got the ting. We got Melissa Backwoods on side of me right here. She's right. Whoop, hold on. She's right there. Listen to this tang. I don't know over the sound if y'all can hear that, but let me put it up to the mic. Just listen to this. Oh, love it. Love it.
There's the Serpico. I mean Serpentine.
Got the Purple Haze Fat Carbon. This thing is a beauty. They nailed it. Kaiser is just
Morning, Ron Crow.
Good. Only thing I don't like, I think.
Morning Knives are live.
One of their milled tie clips.
By the way, good morning, Mister.
Other than that, they killed it. What do y'all think about this? This is.
So check out this.
This is of course a prototype.
Serpentine.
I like this one too. This is the Shrike. Yeah.
Oh my God! Why did he skip over that knife?
This is you got a bolster lock. Looks like it'd be a great little slicer. This is a compact knife. It's a smaller knife, but I love this one. Man, that's smooth. You got a front flipper, blade hole, thumb studs. This could be a super versatile blade there. You can choke up if you want. Yeah, I like
That is a cool little blade shape.
Oh, Lord, look at this. Another Jonathan Styles design. It looks like a different blade shape to the Militaw, their most popular model in their lineup right now. Check that out. I love his design cube.
And it doesn't have the backspacer in it yet, but he said it's going to have the same jimping as the back of the blade.
Wow. Hopefully they keep this jimping. This jimping's a lot better, I find. My only complaint, and I see it here too, I wish they would bring that plunge grind all the way back so I had a lot more room to sharpen. But this is a prototype, so love that contoured clip. Bolster lock once again, and the action is just stupid, like stupid. Oh, man. Yeah, Kaiser's is where it's at. Look at this Spitfire prototype. Lock.
See what else we got.
The Aura. Check that out. Yeah.
That's a Jonathan Styles. Huh.
Who is this? Is that Jonathan Styles?
Munko and Jonathan Styles and Era.
Man, I like this one a lot. Now, this is a medium size. I call it medium. I can get a good 4-finger grip on it. This is awesome. Very comfortable. You got an inlay. Looks like a fat carbon there. I'm guessing this is tie.
All the Kaiser knives felt great.
The thumb flick's probably where it's at there. Let's see. I can reverse flick, but you just don't have as much blade hole. Jackaroo here. These are all prototypes, of course.
Yeah, they had a bunch of prototypes.
Mass production. That's my favorite blade shape right there. Slip. Oh, I like it. That's my favorite blade shape right there. Slippy. They got some file work going on. Very comfy. Both of them. I love it.
So that's like the Quell, but the fold.
Contouring. This one is.
They had a ton of knives.
Is that one? Yep. Great. Prototypes. We got the Momo fixed blade. Look at
Yeah, there's the Momo fixed blade.
Momo is pretty crazy. This one's like a special one. You got like a Kiradashi right there. You got a big chunker. This one, the Snick. I like this.
That looks like that would be a
All
worker.
these fixed blades are way lighter than I thought they would be. This one's got a hollow grind. Wow. Look, I can't really show it because there's a knife that's on side of me.
That Snick is cool.
And I think this one.
I think we've seen it in the channel.
This is the Splinter. Check it out. Check it out. Check out that handle, man. You got like.
It definitely got a 2-finger grip.
Across, but this thing's very comfortable. The jimping on there is grip infiltrate around handle. Grinds a wrap around handle. This going CP3V on CPM 3V right here.
Drop bear fixed 7-inch.
Whatever kind of testing they want to see. You got the Rook. Is this a box? Wow, that looks just like my. This is the Drop Bear Fix 3. I wish they would have done one that's in between this would have been great because it's a good bit bigger than the one they actually released, and to me it's a little bit too much for EDC, but I love it. Love that. Oh, this is great. They went the whole gamut. You got the 5 right here. Kaiser make this one CPM 3V. You got the 7. Check this beast out. Sheepdog Survival. This thing is a monster. Talk about comfortable. Wow, this right here, this pinch grip is money. Coat bottling going on.
That one did feel good in the hand.
Sheepdog, nah. But those are prototypes. Now, one, these things are ridiculously lightweight. This one's These things are ridiculously lightweight.
I'm glad to see that they're coming out with like
deep hollow on it.
fixed blade versions of a lot of their knives, or at least named.
Wish y'all could feel. It's a much bigger fixed blade than I typically carry. But wow, love it, love it. That's why the big these have thick stock. It's not possible, you know. But this right here, woo-hoo-hoo.
Really nice hollow.
Man, that blade.
Yeah, if y'all, you know, we all know Kaiser can do some great hollows. Now these are coming very soon, huh? I saw it in our release thing. Check these out. This is, I think, this version. So there you go. That's the. Is it the even key? This one's sweet. Look at that thin stock. Super
That'd be a good
lightweight. I love
burn fish knife.
Like a little inlay, little pinch grip. This one is probably what I would go with for EDC.
Burn trout.
But like I said, this one's light enough, depending on if it is. And more bushcrafty, you got your Polaris. Look at this.
Yeah, I didn't like that one.
I was handling this earlier. This one's not.
That one just, I don't know.
So that's a small.
I grabbed that brown one, or the brown and gray, whatever.
These ones have the more traditional scanning grind where it's sharpened on both sides, whereas this one it's more of a chisel grind. So it's got the scanning grind here, but then on the back it's
what?
Flush, and it has all the milling there.
Oh my gosh, I gotta see that. That is insane. Look at this.
Yeah, so this one has the black wash, so you can really see that.
It looks like it got riddled with bullets. That's awesome looking though. So they went with chisel on the opposite side. You got your Scandi on this side. That's crazy looking. Sure, that's to balance the knife out. If I had to take a guess, let's see.
I think it's just so stuff lets go and doesn't stick to the.
That's crazy.
It's like how they do it on sheet, so it doesn't stick to the knife on the flat side.
Yeah, Kaiser as
it's like a cheese knife. How it has the.
In my opinion, last.
Yeah, Kaiser's boot was every knife felt great. Yeah, that hollow grind in that right back here, the one that hollow grind in hold on, I know which one you're talking about, Pete. That one right there. Yeah, that was something else.
Slicers, that's just me personally.
And of course, I didn't have time to check out every little thing like that. I just kind of picked them up and felt them.
But this right
here,
really nice hollow grind.
Yeah, if y'all, you know, we all know Kaiser can do some great hollows. Now these are coming very soon, huh? I saw it in.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Pete. That one was the one. All right. Whoops. Let's see what we're gonna go through quickly here. I'm not gonna listen to him talk about his trip down and getting on the plane and
a few days. Yeah. No time for
Hollow.
I'll see you down there.
Look at this. John Gray. We're at the John Gray booth. I don't even know. What is this called? What's this model? The Clever Girl. Look at this. Hollow ground hawkbill. Insane. This is Jen. She made that crazy fixed blade I reviewed a long time ago. Look at that. Holy moly. It feels really nice in the hand. Choke back, choke up. Nice little dimple for the thumb right there. Shoo. Shoo-wee. Bunch of different crazy. Look at these. Look at these.
Would be my jam.
Another one from Jen. Jen's getting busy. Good Lord, look at this. Damn. What's the material? What's the blade steel?
Baker Forged.
Baker Forged Damascus. Good God.
You'll like this. This is the one I
Beautiful dagger.
That's a
Like
Game of
letter
Thrones
from hell.
knife.
Look at that thing. Feels great.
It's a new age Game of Thrones.
Terrifying. We found Ben.
What's up?
We found Ben.
339.
339.
Yep, there it is.
And this is the new. Who's the collab with?
Chris Ortiz.
Chris Ortiz. Cerberus Knives. There you go. Look at that grind. Compound ground, drop point, swedge. This is the full frame lock. This is probably the one I would go for. But we got all the versions. Like.
All right, we already saw those. So.
Well, yeah. Well, just my style too. Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, US made. Little scalpel, just my style too. I like the little guys, cause I am one.
You are one.
Cause I are one. It's it fits me perfectly. That's great. I love tiny little scalpels. Great grind on it too. I like the handles, really nice leather sheaths that come with them.
Yep, made by Taylor Cortez. This was his design. So this is a
That's where absolutely. So we found this table. Is it Ago? Is that how you say it? Or you just say AGO? Ago? Okay, yeah. Ago. And they have these beautiful frame locks, titanium frame locks.
I didn't see.
Look at this. Flipper.
We're going to have to
front
check
flipper.
them out.
Really nice jimping on it. This one's got the
I didn't
carbon
see
inlay,
this booth.
Titanium. Hi.
We're going to pause and check them out before we even finish the video. Because that's a booth I missed. Yeah, this is them, and their site is agoknives.com. They're French. Let's look here and see what we got on price. All right. That's what I was thinking. They're probably around $300. The way I could hear it in his voice that he found like a decently priced knife he didn't know about. But it looks like they only have a couple of versions so far. That one's too much like a Reich for my taste. This one probably is too. So they are kind of aggressive looking knives. Or futuristic looking knives. I mean, that's a cool looking knife. I almost want to say, no, I don't think we ran across this brand, but we might have. Yeah, a lot of people will like that knife. It's just not my style. I like the little stick out of the flipper tab, how it matches the front flipper. Kind of the line just continues straight across the knife. That's pretty cool. I do love the blade shape. But that cutout in the back of the handle is probably the part I don't like the most. I don't know that I like all the curves and stuff of it either, but oh, there we go. Something happened. What happened? Became a member. Oh, yeah. Second. Thank you, sir. You didn't have to do that, but I appreciate it. Where was I at? Dang it. Volpex. Good morning, sir. We're looking at some stuff that's priced in euros. So, that's fitting that a German person popped up at the same time the prices are in euros. Are you familiar with AGO knives? AGO? So I guess they've only got these two models so far. Yep. Looks like it. Alright, so back to the video we go.
Beautiful. And they have a custom version too. Oh my gosh, we'll get our hands on that in a second. But beautiful, we have a drop point on this. Beautiful Full tie, nice pocket clip. Ergo's in hand. Oh yeah, real thin handle, feels great.
That's the second one, I believe.
Excellent.
The one
Nice
we
sharp
didn't really look
recoil
at
on
in
it.
depth.
Great. By the way, price $292 and $315. So $315 for the inlay version, which is wildly affordable for what it is. Action's wonderful. Detent's nice.
It might be the same one, yeah.
Well, yes, please.
Yeah, it is.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Bunch of different versions. So $292, $315. The Ago Boulder. There you go. At Blade Show. They're gorge. Come get them. We found Casey. What's up? We found the boy. We found Tempest Knives. We found the new toys being made by Concept. These are Concept branded, right?
Yep.
Okay. And the model number,
That is
or the model name?
Thunderhead.
The Thunderhead.
They're available now.
Big Daddy available now. Look at this thing. Titanium, got a nice carbon inlay, micro milled. Titanium backspacer, hidden hardware on the clip. Look at this little thumb ramp right here.
Yes,
Oh yeah, feels great in the hand.
Yeah, I wanted something a little
Big
more
choil.
in your face. This
That's
time.
a big knife.
I get it,
My knives
man.
are a little more.
Yeah, same. I totally get it. Oh yeah, it's a beast. Inset lock?
Yep.
Yep.
And listen to that ting.
Oh yeah. Oh, the acoustics are absurd.
It's got fun sounds.
Big heavy blade absolutely drops. Oh, the front flipper ting.
Yeah.
Try not to cut my ear off.
There you go.
There it is. Those are available now. And then we have this guy, Clip Point, Clip Point Microburst?
Nope.
What is this, new model? Sorry.
Tornado.
Tornado.
It's just these two are just prototypes right now, but they're coming.
Got
very
it.
soon.
On the way. There you go. There's your
So
information.
This is the Mach 71, and this is the
Tornado.
Tornado. So
Tornado.
Tornado. The
Look at
smallest
that.
knife I've ever done.
It's a little guy. I like it. And this is the Mach 71. That's sick. Love the sheep's foot.
Kubi
did an amazing job on all these. Nice.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah.
That one
Hey,
looks like my
yeah.
Jetstream a little bit, but a little bigger.
It's super lightweight for the size.
Yep.
Beautiful. I love the red and black. That's
So
crazy.
That red and black, I even like that one, and I don't normally like that, but I probably
you
get
go.
that one he grabbed right there.
Look at that.
Yeah,
with
that
the
one.
belt satin on that hollow. God, dude. Kubi, they just
Yeah,
get
that
better
belt
year over
satin.
year,
Yeah, I
don't
got to
they?
get one of those.
Trying to put those into production like in the next week.
Kubi did an
Beautiful.
awesome job with that one.
We're real close.
Beautiful. Casey's been a busy boy.
Yep.
All the toys at Blade Show. Found
Yeah.
Shiro.
I got a video of them. Oh, yeah, you heard me asking about
Your
clones.
assist. Look at this thing. Ooh. Great. Action's great. Looks great. Bunch of different handle materials as well. And then these guys. Look how big it is. 9+ inch monster. Big old flipper. I don't know any of the model names. I really don't. They brought some toys. Good lord.
Yeah, they had a
Look at all
ton
that.
of knives.
All right. Jack was just filming me.
They had a ton of
295,
knives.
A new model they're debuting here at the show.
Wow, I like that
Titanium
Q95.
liners. Micarta, really nice micarta. Good texture to it. Titanium backspacer. Titanium clip, kind of pocketed in there. Lockups, money, action. It being a Shiro, also excellent. What's the price point on these?
Those guys, I think they're around like 6 something.
6 something.
Yeah.
Sick.
Man, that's a nice
Sick. So this
knife.
whole side then.
That might be my first Shiro,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
a real one.
Yeah, I think it looks the coolest for sure. Look at that. Woo, those
That's a
things
cool
drop.
knife.
Crazy. Shiro came out with the toys. Very cool, very cool. Fred, we're at the Tenable concept booth. We'll be back here later, but Fred handed me the Hellion Horizon Machine Works from Concept. Beautiful. Contoured carbon fiber, polished liners,
Man,
titanium backspacer.
that's a pretty
titanium
knife
pocket,
too.
Hidden hardware, beautiful. And apparently these glow in the dark.
Those
but we don't
polished
use them
liners
to test it.
really
Back
lean.
flipper, front flipper. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That is right up my alley.
That looks
is
great with the
something
carbon
else.
fiber.
Gorgeous. Okay.
Duan is his name.
Okay.
He's on Instagram. I put the information in there.
Hey, look what.
Either review it.
This is such a cute little.
Isn't it?
It's such a. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting like a flip phone out.
That's the same case.
Sick.
Use it the whole time.
Okay, well, I'll play with it. We'll save that for a full review later.
And then he wanted to know if you
That's the same case as Sever 7 got from that one
The
company.
Hellions new, I know that. That's sick.
Man, even that carbon fiber, I mean that
Beast.
with the polished liners. Yeah, I don't like that one.
Yeah, yeah, seriously. Looks like a great kitchen knife.
Yeah, it's a kitchen knife.
You'll also get a lot of publicity.
No, don't listen to him. Send it straight to the source. Look at this guy. Pretty in pink.
Some Vulpex.
All right, I'll see you guys.
Let's stop right now and go look at some Vulpex knives. I wonder if Arizona designs by Vulpex. Yeah, the VK, I mean, we looked at a bunch of those. Let's see. Best Tech, it's got a lot of them on their site. The VK. I like that Void. You know, we looked at all these one day. Those are the Best Tech ones. Handmade Passion. Yeah, the VK Void. I love my VK1. I like his little signature dot in the middle of the blade. That fixed blade looks mean. Some good pictures, some good knives. So there's from drawing to it's pretty cool. That's a cool little steak knife. Oh yeah, speaking of spoons, didn't Mister say some of his spoon is knocking off yeah, beautiful. I show my Kaiser all the time on here. What inspired the little brass or copper circle in the middle? Is that just kind of like a trademark thing, so you stood out? But yeah, I very commonly go through my Kaisers and show this one, and everybody wants to try to buy this one from me. Yeah, I saw that dot, and I thought, when I first got it, I thought maybe you could put a thumb stud in it. And then I started looking at it, and when you closed the blade, the thumb stud would hit the scales right down here at the corner. So I knew that wasn't the case, because the thumb stud wouldn't clear it. But I was curious what that little... Oh, there's some history to your pin. Yeah, okay. Well, that pin's super cool. I mean, I'm pretty sure that the lines of the knife, people know automatically who designed it, but I really like the VK Void. I probably have to try one of those. I love Best Tech OEM, so I wondered if there would be some of your knives on Arizona Custom Knives too. I was thinking that might pop up when I went to the search. Let's see here, what does pop up? I guess I could just type it in. Yeah, there'll be some. Oh, no. Huh. That's weird. Oh, you did a collab with Poikilo. Nice. Yeah, their knives were super sick at the show. And there's the pin again. Yeah, their knives were nice. I was super impressed with feeling all the action. I mean, they were all buttery smooth. That one's got a few fingerprints on it they could have wiped off for the picture. Look at the smudges. I mean, that's good DNA right there. Like, you could really try. You could see who that person is from. Pretty wild. Come on, man. Wipe off the smudges in the pictures. Beautiful knife, though. I wish they, the recurve is the only part that gets me. At least this one, it curves out instead of in. It's not really a recurve. It's a back. I don't even know what to call that. I don't think it really recurves. Oh, red copper. Yeah, I was wondering if it was brass or copper. It does. You're right. It does look more copper in this picture. Yeah, that green flame that comes off of copper when you melt it, like in a forge. There's a guy on YouTube I watch that has a forge and he melts a ton of copper. That green flame is pretty cool.
Later. Oh, that makes a great noise. Concept.
Let's scan through a few more here.
Look at it. Checklist. Need those? Taking that.
I bet you like this one, don't you?
What?
You're a big knife.
What? Oh, that's the leaf. The leaf from. God. Yeah.
I guess yesterday's video, he went over his haul from
No, Derek Sharon.
From Blade Show.
Filthy.
Let's see what else he goes and looks at. Is that the Wii booth?
Like, it's a Vero-shaped Protec is what this is. Good
no,
Lord.
Protec.
Still got those big chamfers. Still got that Vero clip. Still got that little decorative flicking hole, even though you don't need it. And it still hits like a freaking truck.
There's the.
So it's a top liner lock mash with the polished DLC, carbon, backspacer, deep carry clip. Hello? Oh, that's excellent. Kaiser getting down and dirty with the Devo collab. Serpentine, Jonathan Stiles, same guy that did the Militol, so a new design from him. That's sick. Oh yeah, just as good. Full-size knife.
The action was super sick on all the Kaisers.
Nice belt satin too. They're getting some belt satins in over at Kaiser. That's awesome.
We just went down the Kaiser booth, so.
To pop open, so very, very cool.
What was this booth?
Love to see that. Choke way up. Hit him with the pinch grip. Sure you can. Why not? Look at that. Insane blade. Nuts. We got this guy. Remet's been busy. Crazy grind on this one. M390 titanium. No names on any of these yet from Remet, but I'll keep you guys posted. I'm sure we'll get them in for full review in the future. Got a little dimple. Hit the reverse flick on the dimple.
Yeah, I like that one. The two-face.
So the reason why it's called a two-face is, check out that rear flipper tab. You can unscrew it.
Oh, you can pop the flipper tab off, and you can turn it. You can turn it into a front flipper. Oh, okay, so that's really cool.
In production right now. We
okay.
have them available.
All right.
It's designed by Osho Designs. Yes.
All right.
With Kaiser. This is his collaboration.
That's cool to be able to take the flipper off and put it as a front flipper.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm hoping to see more.
That's awesome.
We got a little gentleman's folder here.
Yes. Oh, sweet.
Beautiful. Real aggressive Tonto. Real thin. Nice jimping. Really nice texturing on the titanium. Killer anode job too. Internal milling. Real long, slender thing, but man,
I like that one too.
Love to see that. Choke way up. Hit him with the pinch grip.
I should have spent more time there.
Why not? Look at that.
I went by there and I told him how good they'd been doing recently,
nice
but
flipper. pops right open. But
I like that better than my Megaron Acry or Ecry.
Real easy
Whichever
to
one's a
pop
bigger
open,
one.
So very, very cool. Look at all of them. There's so many of them. Oh. Got this guy.
Oh, the new
option, I'm assuming. Look at that. Very cool. Nice sheep's foot on it. Full flat grind. Oh yeah, thumb studs, flipper. Action's nice on this thing. Cool. Got a little shaft lock action. Very clean. Nice tall flat grind. Action's nice. Good spring tension. Flicks right open. Closes on those bearings. Wonderful. Lord, and this is the swordfish, but it has these leather inlays on it, which are nuts. Oh, the action on the swordfish is so crazy. Kingfisher, not swordfish. Sorry, kingfisher. There's so many fishes, even though they're birds. sorry, kingfisher. Future me, fix it, thanks. With these leather inlays, such a sick knife. Buttery smooth, crazy, and I think we've covered it.
That one, that new one right there made a great noise.
Knife, love. Very cool. Remet's been busy. I'm sure we'll get most, if not all, these on the channel for review here in the next few months. So stay tuned. Look at that. You'll sell me that? Quite as big, kind of in between. Good.
Hold on, we gotta back up.
Then of course,
we gotta see these.
The little gravity knife. Love. Very cool. Remet's been busy. I'm sure we'll get most, if not all, these.
I didn't get video of
in the next
these.
Few months. So
I hate that I didn't.
We found him. I've been waiting all morning for him, but we found him.
I did find that booth somehow.
Hemlock, right? Yeah. The new Hemlock is here, and it is. Oh my God! No flipper on that one. You just did studs.
Yeah, different versions.
So we have stud versions and flipper and stud versions on this new one. oh goodness. Oh.
Man.
That one's crazy broken in. That's scary.
That's my personal.
Yeah, that's the one you've been using, huh?
Yeah.
Oh man, these are good. So a bigger knife, kind of in the same vein as the cedar. Not quite as big, kind of in between, basically, in between the two.
That blade finish is sick on that one.
I might have to take one home. Look
that
at
one.
that. You'll sell me that one? Whichever one you're willing to sell to me, I'll buy. I'm not picky. God, the anodizing's gorgeous. Micro milling on there.
Beautiful knife. Beautiful knife.
On the clip too. Look at that. My man loves his textures. It's all about textures. Beautiful step milling on the blade too.
Man, that's one of my Grail knives.
Action's amazing. Feels great. In
Rob
the hand.
Johnson.
It's Rob Johnson's. Go buy one. Go buy one right now. Buy 10.
That's my Grail.
We found North Mountain here.
Probably a Cypress, all decked out in pretty colors and shiny.
They're just now getting set up, pulling things out of the box. But
I like that new one too.
Look at that blade profile. The Hammond line, gorgeous. Titanium pocket clip, full tie build. Oh, the action's killer. Oh, detent's money. Flipper only, but man, it works. Great. We also have the Dwayne Dwyer collab, which I've been trying to get my hands on. Look at that.
That didn't have many knives when I went by their booth.
SLD magic on the blade.
I don't know.
Washers. They kept it on.
They must have sold a bunch.
Very cool.
I didn't catch them till day 2. They must have sold a bunch on day 1.
I mean, it's kind of crazy. It feels like the real thing. Don't tell Dwayne that. But like a better version of the real thing, if that makes sense. Aggressive, insane. You guys saw this one on the channel. You've seen that one on the channel. Very cool. Then we have the kick stop, which I just reviewed, I think. Yeah, the big kick stop. Well, this is the titanium kick stop. This is the one I'm really interested in because it's so much thinner, so much lighter. But we still have that Lee Williams kick stop that tucks in. Beautiful compound grind on it. Can't tell the blade steel. ZDP 189 on the blade. See that? Oh, and the action's just spectacular on that. So definitely want to
beautiful knife, beautiful knife.
Compared to the Big Daddy, but very, very cool. North Mountain.
Holding the T1000, yeah.
The Lamborghini knock knives.
Yeah. Remember the guy tried to sell me that one at the end?
Put that up, and then, oh my goodness. Oh wow. So we have this kind of secondary locking mechanism here. Pocket clip. It's just insanity. It's really lightweight as well. There's a ton of material that's been machined away. Wild. So flip that up, pop it open, pull it down. And the ergos, as insane as the profile is, it's really comfortable. It really is. Big choil you can choke up. Feels great. Nice tall flat grind with that belt satin. It is an insane piece. Are these available now, or is this coming soon?
Yes, it's available now.
Available now. There you go. Then we have this.
Yeah, the knock knives.
Look at that. First off, it is very thick, like 2 inches thick. It's heavy too. Gorgeous, polished Timascus.
He said that was like 2,500.
But it's functionally a liner lock. And as you open it, you have this giant pivot that rotates. Incredible. Incredible. Wild. That's the SO4, right? Wild. 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 And then what's this one? Wow. Look at the detail on this.
That engraving.
Beautiful.
Knock knives
Again,
makes
really
some
nice belt satin. Insane.
That would be
laser
a cool.
etching.
So knock knives would be a cool if you were going to start out and pick a brand to like, to pick a brand to collect like all the models of for like a glass case with lights on them. Knock knives. Yeah, Riot is definitely my favorite OEM. And Poikilo, they said they OEM their own stuff. So if the way those knives felt, they were on par with Riot for sure. Sever's been saying that, but I didn't know if I believed it until I felt them. That hand engraving's cool, but like I was saying, knock knives would be a cool knife if you had money to collect one of each of them and have them on display in a lighted case.
Full length titanium backspacer, titanium pocket clip. And again,
they,
functionally a great
they are
knife.
wild.
As insane as these all look, they feel really nice in the hand, and the action's really well tuned in on bearings. Detent's nice. Very impressive. Have always been. I think I got my first knock 4 years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and they've always been great. And now they're just getting crazy. They've just gone crazy with power. Look at that. Again, beautiful. Timascus, shadow box, little pockets, wild pivot, aggressive poon. Insane. Absolutely insane. I also got this guy. This is the SO7 from Knock Knives. Just a beast of a thing. It's the little details. There's just so much going on. And the action, again, is insane. Oh, wild. So that's the SO7. Then there's this guy, the SO6. That is something else. Look at that. Insane
That's
dagger.
super cool.
Not ground on top, so just a decorative dagger. Really thick, full tie build, Timascus. I'm assuming a safety switch right there. And again, it works really well. Wild. Wild, wild stuff from Knock Knives. Check them out. We found them, and boy, he's putting out the toys, and there it is.
There's the Proteans.
That's the one we're after right there. Whether or not he'll sell me one is a different story. But the Protean with that hollow ground sheep's foot is stunner. It is wildly lightweight, and that leads me to believe that this just weighs, yeah, this weighs nothing. This just doesn't weigh anything. It weighs negative ounces. Oh, detent's wonderful. Ergos are wonderful. It's something. Did a great job. Look at that. Did a great job. Prince Customs Protean. The goal is to go home with one, but we'll see what happens.
Anyway, that was good coverage for today for Blade Show 2025. VK yeah, TC, you can get a, is that a clone of the Knock Knife on Amazon? VKZAME. Aha! I found it. Let's bring it up. Wow. Plugins, image downloader. Well, why did it not? What happened? Let me try this again. Yeah, it's not grabbing the picture like it normally does. Huh. Yeah, that's a super cool looking knife. I love the, is that an it's got to be an integral. I didn't even notice that. Oh yeah, it says integral on bushings screwless. Yeah, that's super cool. I bet you're happy about that design. Here's the Knock Knife TC was linking. Oh yeah, yeah, I've seen that one. I think that's the, you bought one of those, didn't you? I almost bought one. In fact, I think it's still in my cart. Yeah, it's still in my cart. Here's my buddy Northeast EDC's pocket check for the day. He's got the got him a TRM, a American Blade Works, and a Wii. That's the one Wii I just haven't bought. That I should. Yeah, you I believe you, yeah, we looked at this one on one of the 30 or 40 episodes ago. All right, buddy. Thanks for stopping in, Vulpex. Come back sometime if you're awake in the mornings and want to talk knives. If I was going to get a Knock Knife, I would want one of those wild, crazy ones. So yeah, I wanted to do a little bit of maintenance today. I wanted to fix the detent on the Cortex XL. This one has proper detent, but this one needs a little more. So since it's only 2 screws, I thought it'd be a good knife to do maintenance on today. And I haven't opened one of these new batches yet, so I thought I would. And I've got my Allen wrenches handy. Such a clean design, man. It just comes right apart. So let's see what the pins are doing. So the detent one, I believe, is this front one, and the lockup is this back one. But let me make sure on the website. So, Brown Knives pin adjustment. It's right here. All right, yeah, so the detent pin is the front one, and the lock pin is the back one. Yeah, they're not cheap at all. You're right, TC. But like I said, if you had some money and wanted to start a single brand knife collection, if you weren't really wanted to buy a bunch of knives, you could buy one knock every year or something and try to get the whole collection and have you a super special thing by the end of it. All right, rotate. I think it's clockwise to increase. Yeah, clockwise to increase. So I want to increase the detent, and it says only go about 5 or 10 degrees, but I don't know if y'all can see, but these are cool knives with the adjustable detent and lockup. So there's little holes in the side with set screws, and you just have to have the right size hex key. I believe it's a 1.3 millimeter. You just put it in there and you turn it clockwise just a little bit, and that'll increase the detent quite a bit. Super cool to be able to tune these knives. And I love the fact, I like when knives have the stop pins created into the blade so that you don't lose that part when you take them apart. I like ones that have it built into the blade, and it was just a few days ago where we ran across one that had one that went through the blade, but it didn't actually well, I don't know what I'm trying to say. You could push it all the way out. It wasn't milled into the blade. A lot of them are milled. When they do make the blade, they just leave that little stop pin sticking out. But this one had a removable pin. Can't remember which knife that was, but it might have been the accelerator. I'm not positive. Alright, so let's see if that fixed the detent. No. Still not as good as this one. It's better, but I bet it still fails pretty easy. Yeah. If you can fail it at halfway, it's not the greatest detent. So I want a little more detent than that. I apologize. I thought they said 5 to 10 degrees or something like that. I moved it way more than that. I almost moved it 25 degrees. I still didn't get a full detent like I wanted. So I think the last version I maxed it out. So I might just need to go ahead and do that with this one. Speaking of that, I haven't Still Addicted hasn't been in here for a while, and he was the guy I sent one of these in the mail to for free, one of these little wrenches. Y'all hop over there on his channel and tell him he needs to come join us sometime. All right, I gave it almost 25 degrees more, so if that doesn't do it, I don't know what will. But like I said, this is one of the easiest knives to assemble and disassemble of any knife I own. Pivot screw, one screw, and boom, it just comes apart. No fuss. What happened? One of my all right. See, it still hasn't increased it any more than it was. I don't think that pin is working correctly. Yeah, the detent is still going to fail halfway. Maybe it's a little better, but you can still fail it halfway. This one, at least when you try to fail it, it goes 3/4. This one definitely has stronger detent. I mean, you can tell, y'all can't tell, but it definitely takes more force to open than this one. Well, do I try one more time? I guess I do. What else are we gonna look at? Anybody else got anything they're excited about? While I take this knife apart for the 3rd time. And I'm not making that up. You can read on that site, it says right here, it says rotate the set screw 5 degree of rotation will yield large results. Start with very minor movements. So y'all saw how far I went that last time. I went 25 more degrees. I believe I did have to max out the last one to get it right. So I'm going to try one more time here. You got to get it at the exact right angle to get it in that hole. That's what she said. You can get more leverage on it if you put the little end in than the big end. That's also what she said. Yeah, that doesn't feel like that's, I mean, that feels like I could keep doing that forever and it's not going to change anything. I can see it sticking through the other side now. Yeah, it just keeps going. I am going clockwise. I don't think that's doing anything. It did do something on my last batch. Yeah, I just don't think it's going to improve it. The only other thing I could do would be to bend the bar, and I had to do that also. I think I had I don't know, might have to bend the bar inside, because I don't think this pin is going to be doing anything more than it did last time. So if I have to bend the bar, I have to bend the bar. Oh wait, it is better now, finally. Still not as strong, but it's better. I can tell by the way it closes. It was closing easier and then it kind of stopped. So I guess it does feel a little better. Not as good much as I'd like though. Yeah, throat go. Yeah, I guess you said that about the same time I said it. I might have to add some pressure from the actual lock bar. So we're going to take apart this one probably tomorrow and look at this center button mechanism, and I'll show you why I think it's going to break in very, very high detail. And we will look at that piece and how it's connected, and if maybe I'm wrong. I'm trying to use this one some so that it won't feel as, I mean, it's not really gritty, but the button, I don't know, feels different than, like, for instance, let me just show you real quick the difference in feeling. I can't think. Oh yeah, I've got a, that's weird because I don't know where that knife is. I've got a Riot somewhere, but this one feels way better. This button is totally different feeling. Yeah, man, these center button, this one feels way worse. Like you can't stop it. I mean, you can, but man, it's a weird button. This one you can stop it like halfway down, all the way down. The button just feels way softer. You can do it in stages. And then this one, kind of gritty. You can't, it wants to just drop. But like I said, maybe I need to break it in a little. Yeah, it will break eventually, TC, because it's a tiny little piece of metal. It won't be a 50-year knife like a frame lock. Like this knife, this lockup is going to last forever. This one, this pin is going to break eventually. Might be 5 years from now, but I guess it just depends on how long you choose to keep the knife. Man, the action on this thing is so sick. It just drops. I mean, just the blade. It's got that hydraulic. Like you don't have to do anything to this thing. Just get it started. Oh yeah, yeah. Way of Knife did their thing on these scales. If you didn't see this yesterday, it's the Blade Show exclusive model. So it says Blade Show 2025 down there in the bottom. I like how they did the green along the edge too. That's why they make lock bar inserts that you can buy that come with extra ones. So lock bar inserts are replaceable. This lock isn't replaceable. The spring is, but that little piece of metal isn't. I mean, they might sell that extra little part, but I don't know. Frame locks, you can always replace the insert. My favorite lock. This one is super robust. If you've ever taken this knife apart, there's a liner that lays on this side over here, and it's got a tab on the end of it that actually goes into the blade, and it is a super strong lock. You can see that notch right there. Sorry. You can see that notch in the blade, and that liner drops into that notch, and it's a very strong knife. But I guess if you talk about strength, my favorite lock is just a frame lock. But my favorite strongest lock is probably the cold steel. And then I'm starting to grow towards nested liner locks, but of course with nested liners, there's always the chance that you'll buckle this liner with enough pressure backwards on the blade. But I don't know why you would ever be pushing on a blade. Yeah, Demco is definitely not my favorite, but it sounds like it is TC's. The actual shark lock. Now, Demco helped design the cold steel lock I'm talking about. I believe he did, but I don't like the shark lock as much. Or I hate the 8015. The 8015 is the stupidest lock ever. I guess what, the scorpion lock? But those tests that they do on the strongest lock with the weight, let's see, cold steel lock test. So the Triad is put, they do some crazy weights on it.
So Cold Steel gave me their 8010 light about a month ago, and you guys have been asking to see a Triad lock in my new jig, so we're gonna give it the old torture test. Well, I bottomed out my turnbuckle. I can't seem to get any more adjustment on this thing. Yeah, 550 pounds. It went up to a little past that, but a bunch of you are probably going to say this is fake. There's no wiggle on this. The downside is that it appears as though we have a closing issue now, but if you just push it a little harder, it closes. If you look, these got warped pretty bad.
Wow.
I'm going to actually take this apart and see if I can bend these back. So I bent the liners straight again. That is tight. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, the Triad lock, that's not the test I was actually looking for. Because Cold Steel actually did, or somebody did one. The Engage lock. Here's the Atlas lock.
And the results were phenomenal. In fact, let me show you some of them right now. Anybody up for a little 630 horsepower?
Yeah, the Atlas is strong.
630 pounds right there.
Where's the Triad? Hold on. That's not the video I'm looking for, though. Triad versus Atlas lock.
Hello everybody, Mannix here. Just wanted to do a quick compare and contrast video of the Cold Steel Triad.
Yeah, so he's not doing a weight test.
Can good really get better?
They did a video. Cold Steel did.
Hey guys, for a certain type of person who just purchase and then turn into a blade steel.
I don't know where it's at. Let's see. me see right here. Let's see. Oh, this is the deadbolt.
SR1 Light versus CRKT Clever Girl.
Yeah, that's not the one I was looking for either, but I can't find it. It was an old. Yeah, it was an old video. Yeah, I don't know where it is or maybe it was like one of these that I saw. The Formax.
Pretty big.
The Formax Stout. Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, where he whacks it. Yeah, that's a good test. Anyway, I'm tired of watching knife. That's boring. I really like this Vanker lock though. It's super smooth and it is very strong. In fact, if I go to my YouTube channel really quick, type in Ankilo. And go to my unboxing. I can show you that lock really quick. Hello and welcome to another fun-filled knife adventure. Goes around the pivot and this screw back here, but there's a metal bar that goes in. It's a full liner that goes inside the. So hopefully you can see on. So right here. There's this bar that's in the middle of the frame here, and the end of this bar goes in the middle of the blade. This card, so there's a liner on the show side that's a full liner that goes inside the show side here. Then the button fits inside there. On the back side of that button, the bearings go around. The bearings are bigger than the outside of this, so they sit on the outside. The bearings are huge in this knife. It's crazy. There's a bearing on this side of the blade, then that liner. Then on this side of the blade, there's a little liner insert, and then there's that lock bar. Let me see. The lock bar I'm talking about is this piece right here that goes inside the other scale. And this part right here is what locks into that notch on the blade. So there's this notch right here on the blade, and this little part right here locks into that notch. The orange part is also that same part. So when you push the button through, it pushes this bar out of that notch and allows the knife to swing. But it's centrally located. It's a solid bar of steel, and it's super strong, and it's their Vanker lock. I think we need new lock technology, and this is one of the best ones that I've seen. And as far as fidgety, so yeah. Yeah, that's what I said, TC. I said he does make the cold steel locks. And I said I thought he made the Triad. I want to get a button actuated frame lock. What knives have that? Let's see.
What are we doing? Okay, copper.
So Remet does some. The Meteor is one. Let's see. And Real Steel has one. This is a discontinued one from Real Steel. It's super cool. It has that button actuated frame lock. It's the Evolution. See if they still. Yeah, you can still buy it. Looks like on their website. That's a button actuated frame lock, I do believe. Yep, button actuated frame lock. The that Remet is yep, that's a frame lock. Remet is this one? Okay, so that's a button actuated liner lock. Yeah, that's the other one I was trying to think of. The Tri-Stash. I don't own one, and that's why it didn't pop in my head, but that's the one I was trying to think of. Thank you, Paul. That definitely is the one I was trying to think of. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna wind down today. I'm loving the size of this H-back from Vostede. If y'all like that blade shape, I'm sure it would fit most of y'all's hands perfectly. I can get 4 fingers on it with my big hands. The thumb ramp feels perfect. The jimping does stop. So like I said, the only problem with this knife is the jimping on the back of the thumb ramp. No matter how hard you push down, your thumb will not stop. But this one has sufficient jimping to where your finger does stop if you push really hard. This is a great little EDC fixed blade. Another thing I love about it is how thin the sheath is. The knife itself is almost as wide as the sheath. They did a really good job of keeping the profile down. And this is super comfortable and sticks out far enough that it doesn't press against your stomach. So for scout carry, I'm going to check this out for the next few days. I'm going to try to carry it. Oh, no problem, Pete. I love streaming every day, talking to y'all, talking knives. Yeah, I like that. I like that new Tempest that he showed with Kubi. It was kind of like this knife, but I don't like how this one swishes up, the jet stream, how the line kind of goes up on the blade. And that new one, that black and red one he showed, the blade looked like it was straight, but kind of looked like this same knife. This is a big boy. This is the jet stream. And I love this knife. And like I said, I'm growing to nested liner locks as far as comfort. And I love the looks that you can get with nested liner locks because it doesn't, the frame lock, you know, I've loved frame locks. Frame locks have been my thing for the longest. But some really nice nested liner locks are starting to grow. Yeah, there is a big list of new upcoming knives, Pete. I do agree with that. Yeah, that RT, I mean the Remet XT, PLXT is a button actuated, a pivot button actuated lock, and it works really good too. I need to take it apart and see how it works. So I'll do that tomorrow when we do this one. I was about to point to another knife, and I'm sitting there holding it in my hand. Good morning, keep it scale stupid. But if I was going to have to grab a knife off my table here and go do some hardcore work, it would probably be this lock. I've told y'all I love my 8010, and with these single piece scales, I bet it would be stronger than the one that he tested with the liners, because this is a linerless scale. So I bet it would be a lot stronger than the liners. But if I was going to have to go beat on something really hard, it would be with this one. Or of course my little tiny fixed blade here. But I love this knife. It's so fun to and I like knives that are big enough that sometimes you can just use your wrist, and they're smooth enough to just open with a little bit of wrist flick, or a lot of wrist flick. As long as you get that wrist moving in the right direction and stop, the blade wants to keep going. But I do like the triad lock. And this one's handy. It catches just perfect when you go to push it. It doesn't sling down and hit you. If TC, I think TC's going to grab this knife from me, but waiting on him to hit that PayPal link. But TC, if you get that sent over, I'll send this out here in a minute after the stream. Pass it on over to TC and grab me another one. He wants to check it out before 3 weeks from now. And since I've already checked it out, I can pass it on to him and grab me another one. I think that Vosteed is around $62 maybe. Let's go look really quick. So I was able to get it on White Mountain Knives. I set an alert to let me know when it came back in stock. But it's 69 and then minus 690 minus 7, so it came out to 62. And they have 3 versions of it. They're all still available on White Mountain Knives, and if you use code Alchemy10, you get $6.90 off. I like the black one. I almost bought it. 2.92 inch blade. I mean, right at 3 inch blade, which is my cutoff. I love the blade shape. $62. And what was that real steel? Was it the Evolution? Yeah, the Evolution. So while we're here, let's go do my normal price check. Real Steel Evolution. Well, I don't see it. Factory second Spydercos, 2 Moras, Cold Steel Engage, Annex. Yeah, I don't know. I guess nobody sold one. The Rocot Premium. I've got a couple real steel knives and they feel really good. Yeah, Real Steel's not a brand that is huge though in people's book. The Luna. I've got a Real Steel Megalodon that I like. It's a big boy. Yeah, that's a cool knife. I've actually got this budget model right here. It's a very comfortable knife. I like the finish on the blade too. All right, anyway, I got to get out of here. Love y'all. He's picking up the lion steel. The one with the wooden box. He's picking up this one with the milling. Paul, thanks for joining us today, buddy. Come back and join us again. JD, Pete, Keep It Scale Stupid, Knives Are Life, Mr. TC, Michael, Throat Goat. It was great having some new people in the chat today. John, appreciate you. Appreciate having Mr. Volpex Knives in the chat today. Anybody else I might have forgotten? I believe Ron was in here earlier. Mr. Scott will be back with us on the weekend, I'm sure. If y'all need me, you know how to email me. Lone Star, appreciate you being here. And Ron Crow, appreciate you, sir. Anyway, guys, Yeager EDC, Jeannie, appreciate y'all. And we will be here again tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday, so we'll get into some taking something apart or modding something tomorrow. Might do some more bead blasting. I'm going to go buy some higher grit glass beads because I want to see what the texture and color they produce. So we'll probably do that tomorrow. Yeah, Mr. Ron Crow and Mr. Ron Dobbins are both nice gentlemen. So anyway,